You said the sound, everything's good? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got. All right. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Before we get started, as always, we want to give all praise to our powers. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. We want to say Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, and Brakatah Yahushai. I give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth that are constantly willing well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. A peace, mercy, and blessed to the blood of Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Akwabs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their sea line goes back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Uh, us brethren got together through the Holy Spirit to, Lord willing, bring some edification, which I want to say, the water to the elder bro for bringing out and giving us this information, all right, concerning what Trump just passed, okay, is a DEI executive order, all right, which we believe through the Holy Spirit will lead into scientific racism, okay? And we're pretty much going to go into it, what it's talking about, what does it mean? So that way you Jakes can understand what's really going on, all right? Because, see, the self-proclaimed white man, as we've been saying for years through the Holy Spirit, that they go back to the biblical Edomites. All right. And you have to understand the story of Jacob and Esau. Okay. And that um hatred that Esau has for his brother Jacob, okay, it still applies to this day. All right. And we're the sons of Jacob. All right, the 12 patriarchs, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Naphtali, and the rest of the tribes that I didn't mention. Okay. All right. We're truly God's chosen people. All right. And you're getting ready to find out that the devil hates you. Okay. And they're getting ready to use AI, the artificial intelligence. They're going to add into it. They're going to feed into AI the Bell's curve. They're going to feed into AI Darwinism. Okay. They're going to feed into AI to rule over you, to put you in a social class, to make you inferior to the so-called white man. All right. And for the longest, they hid these things from you. But now that we're at the end and Esau's getting ready to ramp up this new world order that he believes that he's getting ready to achieve, all right, they're getting ready to show their horns like we've been saying for years. Okay, they're getting ready to show their horns, man. All right, so let's dive into it. Let's start with that article, brother. And we just gonna go through it, So stick around. You're gonna learn something through the Holy Spirit, man.
Yeah. And what you're talking about Esau, that's why the scriptures say a perpetual hatred. Now, that's a forever hatred, man.
Yep, God.
This is the article in Fortune. It says leadership, diversity, and inclusion. Trump signed an order ending DEI. Here's what it means for Fortune 500 companies. Um, this came out January 23rd, 2025. Okay. It says US President Donald Trump takes a question from a reporter during a news conference in the Roosevelt Room of the White House on January 21st, 2025 in Washington, D.C.
Mhm.
Continuing, it says Donald Trump's first few days in office have been criticized by a flurry of executive orders and a huge hit for diversity, uh, uh, equity,
Equity. Mhm.
and inclusion.
Mhm.
DEI as we know it.
Right. So, most Jakes don't know what that means. All right. So we gon' look it up for you. All right, because a lot of Jakes are lazy, man. But it's very important to understand what these things mean, okay? Because these things are going to impact your life.
Right.
All right. So let me get it. I'll get it real fast. All right. I'll get it out here. Okay. The word DEI, which the brother brought out, it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a set of values and practice that promotes the representation and participation of people from different backgrounds. Now, this includes, right, different races, different genders, right? And it's the so-called bring forth equality. See what the so-called white man did? He lumped in the LGBTQ. He lumped in you so-called Negroes and Hispanics into the same category. So now with Trump being the active president of the United States, now they're going back to there's two genders, male and female, you know? So they're getting rid of all those different pronouns in the alphabet things. But this thing was all done by design though. Okay? Because in a shape and form, what they really want to do is make you um at the bottom with everybody else. You're not considered as nothing, you know? And that's why for years they brought up certain things like Darwinism, you know, they brought up things like IQ, which IQ was man-made, you know? And then what the ones that they gave the highest IQ was the Ashkenazi Jews. All right, which they go back into what? The J double O's. Amlek, you know? But they strategically made them to have the highest of the highest of intelligence, you know? All right. So now with the AI and everything, now they're getting ready to show you that the reason why you can't get jobs and the reason why you're stuck in the ghetto, the reason why you're suffering and you're going through this is because you niggas are nothing more than just dumb. Your primates, your apes, your animals, your beastly. So they're getting ready to take it all the way back to that level,
Right.
and treat you just as such. You know, they've been had their eyes set down upon what the poor, all right, the poor being Israel. Matter of fact, bro, can you grab that in Psalm 64 and 2? Baba Kishon, I'm gonna continue reading after you grab that.
You want me to read a little bit of it too? I got a little bit of information on that too.
It's all good, bro. Just grab the scripture, please.
He said Isaiah 64 and verse
And 2.
Isaiah 64 and verse 2, and it reads, as when the melting fire burneth, the fire causes the waters to boil.
Oh, I'm sorry, Psalm 6. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, brother. Psalm 64 and 2. I'm sorry, Psalm 64 and 2. I was like, what scripture is that?
That's probably, yeah. That's why.
What scripture is that one?
It's all good. I got you. Psalm 64 and verse 2. And it reads, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Verse 3, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, and even bitter words. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right. So they shoot in secret at the perfect being Israel. All right. Remember, there was a point in time when we were under chattel slavery. We couldn't read. We wasn't supposed to be writing. You know what I'm saying? We was supposed to be looked at as just dumb, inferior Negroes. You know, we couldn't drive cars. We couldn't ride horses.
But 3/5 of a man.
We were 3/5 of a man. And then, even that movie Django shows you that who's that nigga on that nag? You know? So what Esau did was he brought up certain acts, the NDAA Act, which they took away that, I believe in 2023, you know? So they've been abolishing things all for this very point, to put you back. Because remember, this is about slavery. This is about them carrying on the hierarchy, you know? them continuously being superior above Jake. You know, that's why we tell you shit getting ready to be bad out here for Jake. You know, but read some on that.
Psalm 64 in verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Right, there you have it. They don't fear. All right, they don't fear what they're doing to the Lord's people. All right, to Yahweh Shemashai's people. They don't fear. Okay, all right, which we know through the Spirit that what Esau's doing, it's all going to backfire because remember the scripture say that he that diggeth a hole for you, he gonna fall into the hole.
Yeah.
All right, but we're showing you what hole he's digging. You know. So let me read back into the DEI, all right, which it says it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a set of values and practices that promotes the representation and participation of people from different backgrounds. It says the presence of differences in humans' identity, such as race, gender, age, and more. All right, but DEI has not done nothing for you so-called Negroes. It may have helped out certain Jakes, but in a whole for Jakes, it has not done nothing for you. Okay. Let's read what equity is. It says the fair distribution of resources and opportunities so that everyone has what they need to succeed. You know, which is so-called what equality. You know, so now they're doing away with so-called equality, but that was Esau trying to please the poor because they wanted Edomites to feel bad about what they did to Israel or to try to justify uh how they harshly treated us. You brothers could go into the segregation times. You could go before the segregation times into the hardcore slavery, what they done to us, you know? So they had to come with a so-called common ground to make you believe that now you can follow the pursuit of happiness, which the pursuit of happiness is what? You being a part of the American society. I'm free. I got FRNs, I got a job, I got a car. We got positions now. You know, that was all a delusion. Okay, let's read on. It says inclusion, the international efforts to ensure that everyone has access and is involved in decision making. And we know that's not true. Everybody doesn't have access to decision making here. The ones that make the decision are what? The top elite banking families. And they go back to the Edomites, you know? So that's what DEI means. All right, so let's go back to that article, Baba Kashaw.
Back in the back in the article, continuing, it reads, on Monday, the president signed an executive order putting an end to all the federal DEI initiatives, calling them illegal, immoral, and discriminatory.
Discriminatory, yep.
Discriminatory. Within 60 days of the announcement, agencies must coordinate the termination of all programs.
Yep. So now different jobs have to do away with that. All right. And what's one of the ones that's in the news? Target. All right. That was a spirit. We was in Target the other day, and we were just talking about how Walmart is for niggas and Target is for the whitewash folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the uppities. All right. And they're on it. They're getting rid of it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Because really, they don't like you niggas in their store anyways. Okay. That's how truly Esau feels, period. All right. So it says Target is the latest company to roll back some DEI programs. All right. Now there's other companies that are fighting against it, but they gonna have to follow suit too. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Continuing, it says within 60 days of the announcement, agencies must coordinate the determination of all programs. Federal employees and their leaders who work on DEI initiatives were also placed on paid administrative administrative leave as of Wednesday at 5 p.m., with many set to be either resigned or terminated.
Yep. So people are losing their jobs right now. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's go to the video. The one I posted into the chat, Baba Kashaw. And then let's let that I want to say that was it's in the chat. Oh, did you play it? Oh, you got okay, go. Yeah. But which one is that one? No, that's not it.
That's not the one.
Nah, bro. Chat, bro. I just posted it. Bro.
As we start getting merit-based opportunities. As we start getting back to merit-based opportunity, let's go to our Peter Ducey at the White House. The latest.
And right, listen to that. Pause it for a second. Listen to that. He said, "Let's get back to merit-based opportunities." Do you really know what that means? That means that you would have to have a quality to get that job. You have to qualify for that job. Okay? And I don't mean that even if you have the skills for that job, that you're going to be accepted to that job, because the goal is to make you niggas and Hispanics, all right, well, they look at you as niggas too, to be inferior to the working class Edomite. You know, it's gonna be reserved for them. So you could qualify for it, but you too stupid to qualify according to what? The science. That's how bad it's getting ready to be. You know? So what does that mean? That means, let's say, let's do a hypothetical thing. In the future, the new world order, you're gonna have the upper class Edomites having all the luxurious good jobs, and then you're gonna be doing the underhanded things that nobody want to do, cleaning toilets in the sewers, you know, all things like that, because you're primitive, you're beneath, you know, and that's the level that that's where they're gonna put you at. Woo, these devils are some nasty work, man. Go ahead, brother. Slide.
As we start getting back merit-based opportunity, let's go to our Peter Ducey at the White House. The latest on this DEI action. Peter.
And well, it's now less than an hour until all those federally controlled DEI offices will be closed. They'll at least be empty because all of the workers are going to be placed on paid leave, and all of their websites and social media pages have to be, by 5 o'clock tonight, taken offline. And President Trump is explaining his issue with all of this in the executive order. He writes in part, these illegal DEI and DEIA policies also threaten the safety of American men, women, and children across the nation by diminishing the importance of individual merit, aptitude, hard work, and determination when selecting people for jobs and services in key sectors of American society, including all levels of government and the medical, aviation, and law enforcement communities. The prior administration shelled out $16 million taxpayer dollars worth of diversity training in 2023 alone. We don't know what the Trump team plans to do with the millions that had been set aside for these DEI priorities. Something else that is happening, the only Trump cabinet member to be confirmed so far sent a note to everybody that works for the State Department, that is the Secretary of State, the new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and he is instructing all U.S. outposts around the world, there are hundreds, that they can no longer fly things like the BLM flag or the Pride flag there. They can only fly American flags. Well,
incredible, Peter. Help me understand or get some sense of expectation of the visuals a little bit later today.
All right. So you see how they're getting ready to put themselves in a lofty exalted position again. That's the goal. Remember, they saying that this gonna be the golden age. They want to bring it back to the what was the golden age? What was the first start of so-called history or in the glorious empire? The Greeks. When you go back into the golden ages, they said society started with the Greeks. So we knew in history who the Greeks were. The Greeks were the Edomites, and everybody had to be like the Greeks. You know, all right, and everybody was beneath the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? So Esau's trying to take it back to that. He's trying to put us at the very bottom. That's why going in, because we know through the spirit that Darwinism, that was something that was created, you know, because we don't derive from monkeys, you know what I'm saying? But according to evolution, is that man is becoming more close to God. So with evolution, these Edomites have been continuously surpassing and becoming far superior than the rest of the world. Let's go to Daniel's 4:17, Baba Kishar. But the scriptures say otherwise, that you Edomites, you're the basis of men on the earth. All right? You're not these smart people. You're the children of fools, according to the book of Job, the 30th chapter. Israel is the greatest people on the earth. But through the science, Esau is lying to you and lying to the world, making you feel that you are inferior. All right. And it started with out in Europe. And then it spread. It spread to the West, to the US, it spread to Germany. Hitler was a part of that shit too. Eugenics, you know, they wasn't murdering the the people you can't talk about. The ones that they were believing that they were better. Remember that how does it go? Assyrian, not Assyrian. I forgot how they said it, but pretty much they thought that they was the superior race. And I forgot what Olympic athlete he actually proved that he was and it was a Jake. He was the best, and it was he was running, you know, and they confounded them, you know. I just forget his name. It slips my mind right now. But if a brother know, you could post it. But go ahead, bro.
Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whosoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men.
Right. The Lord allowed you Edomites to come up. Right. And so as they came up, they had to put themselves into a pivotal position that nobody else could get into.
Right.
So pretty much when you actually look into actually what, like, let me get it real fast. Actually what social Darwinism is, because they have the finance, they have the money, they have the rule over the world, that what makes them far superior above everybody else. Man, it's crazy. Watch, check this out, right? Social Darwinism is a set of pseudoscientific theories that apply Darwin's theory of evolution to human society. It's based on the idea that survival of the fittest applies to human groups and races. You can also get that. You can also put that video up. That one that you was the one that I sent you. I texted that one to you. You can grab that one. All right. It says it's based on the idea that survival of the fittest applies to human groups and races. It says social Darwinism combines Darwin's theories of evolution with ideas about human societies and economies. It's based on the idea that the laws of nature can explain social inequalities and competition. Social Darwinists believes that the powerful are innately better than the weak, and that success is proof of superiority. You see? So if you are in a third world country, if you stuck in a ghetto, if you never could get ahead, because these devils have the riches and the success, they have the superiority, and it's innately that you're nothing more than just dumb. You're stupid. You're worthless. So when they feed AI is going to govern you through these ideas. and that's what they're bringing back, which is nothing more than what racism. Okay, because what is really racism? Racism means to be for your own people. Okay, that's all it means. Oh, it's gonna get ready. It's getting ready to be bad out here. You know, people think that the New World Order or this technological age is going to be something good and innovative, and you're going to get to enjoy yourself. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to be suffering on all types of levels. You know?
All right, I'll get a quick one.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
For video.
Mhm.
Psalms 52 and verse 7. Lo, this is a man that made not God, Yahweh Shemel Shah his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness.
Yep. Strengthen himself in his wickedness. You know, we know about how they took over the banking sectors and they stole the gold, they stole the resources, they gave people FRNs, you know.
Yep.
That was now you gotta live your life after this dollar if you want to survive here. And now they're getting ready to do away with the dollar.
Right.
Everything was all strategically done. Okay. All right. And it's all for what? Control and superiority. Go ahead, you can play the video. Unless you got some more.
Nah, that was
Okay.
I just wanted to hit that point, bro.
Yep, for that.
Yep, the water, yep. I got you. All right. Let's play this thing. It's good.
Today in the Daily Dose, social Darwinism. According to Darwin's groundbreaking publication entitled On the Origin of Species, only plants and animals who dominate and evolve in their given environment will survive to pass their genes on to the next generation. In an attempt to make his ideas understood by the public at large, Darwin referenced sociologist Herbert Spencer's struggle for existence, which morphed into Darwin's now famous tagline, survival of the fittest. Darwin's tagline prompted Spencer to draw parallels between Darwin's scientific ideas and those of laissez-faire or unregulated capitalism during the Industrial Revolution, purporting that only the fittest humans would rise to the top, while the poor and genetically unfit would ultimately remain at the bottom. When social Darwinism became popular in the late 1800s, British scholar Sir Francis Galton proposed a new science of improving the human race by weeding out the weakest undesirables in a given society.
And
Known
pause
as-
that for a second. You know who did that? Who also came with the idea, that same idea as in a woman's form? Margaret Sanger.
Yep.
Margaret Sanger.
Yep.
She said, we gotta exterminate the weeds out of the garden. Okay. And you have the highest ratings amongst the blacks and Latina community as far as abortion rates go for Planned Parenthood, because that was a way to destroy you, you know. All right. So the eugenics, that's a part of eugenics.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a part of eugenics right there. Let me before you play some more, right?
Yep.
All right, it says right here, it says social Darwinism was used to justify German militarism in World War I. It was also used to justify eugenics programs and the targeting of certain groups for extermination. All right. So the real groups that they wanted to target was us. That's why the scriptures say that, I'll get that one real fast, that through the mercy of the Lord, we are not consumed. You know, through the mercy of the Lord, we are not consumed. All right, let me get that in the book of Lamentations. I want to say it's the maybe the 4th chapter, maybe 21, or 3rd chapter, 21. Oh no, tripping. Yes, it's 3 and 20, 21. Yep. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not. All right, because there was going to be a time of what? A great awakening for what? The elect to rise back up, to wake up, so that way prophecy could be fulfilled. You know? All right, and Esau's purpose is what? For them to come with this technology and this chip to fulfill the prophecy of the Lord. You know? All right, that's what Esau's purpose is right now. Okay. So right now prophecy is speaking and it's playing out. So the end of Esau is what? The deliverance of Israel, us getting out of here. But you see how this man is uh conjuring up, or he's what's a good word to call this? He's being nefarious. This nigga's nefarious in what he does. He thinks about how to plot, and he plans shit out for years in order to destroy you, you know? And then he hides it by certain words. And then you gotta dig deep into it. You gotta go into it and break it down, and you know, just for Jake to get a glimpse of understanding about it, you know? Because if if the Lord didn't wake up the elect to go into these things, Jake wouldn't know what the hell is going on. They just gonna be thinking in their mind, well, just another president. We just gonna hope that everything is gonna be better, you know. And I'll be at work Monday. That's all Jake knows. I can't do nothing about it, but I'll be back at work Monday. You know, simple. Jake is simple. They know you, Jake's just simple like that. You know.
A lot of Jake is in that, a lot of Jake gonna take that see it too, man, in the future, because a lot, you know, that saying they be saying, can't beat them, join them. That's what a lot of Jake gonna be doing too, man. You know.
Yep.
And to back up what your point is, the scriptures go into they consulted one consent, you know, to cut you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans all as a nation, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for remembrance, man. You know, so that's a scripture to back up the brother point that is a fact that they're plotting against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Latinos, so-called Latinos, Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. Okay, they plot against y'all, man.
Yep. Con. You ever played a video about the
Yep.
First British scholar Sir Francis Galton proposed a new science of improving the human race by weeding out the weakest undesirables in a given society. Known as eugenics, the movement first caught on in the United States during the first part of the 20th century, when 32 states passed laws resulting in the forced sterilization of some 64,000 Americans.
Look, you see that?
Immigrants.
Sterilization of Jake. You know? Why the hell was they sterilizing us? Because they didn't want Jakes at a time to be having babies. You know? But the reason why Jake was having babies is because the Lord had to have the elect wake up. You know? That's why I'm gonna read that again. You see? Esau been trying to destroy us for decades. This is Lamentations 3:22. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion faileth not. That's part of eugenics. Them sterilizing people, them pumping drugs into you, them to make you where you can't have children. But then if it was possible, we wouldn't have been born. You know? Esau would have had the ability to cut prophecy off. And then you know what that goes into? It also ties into the Herodians. What did Herod the Great try to do? He knew that what the king was going to be born into the Roman society. Just like they know that we're the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. So what did Herod do? He tried to kill the children of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that were 2 years and under. He killed them off in order for prophecy to be upset, but it was impossible because Yahweh Bashim Abishai didn't allow that to take place. Mary and Joseph had to get out of Dodge and flee, into what? Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they came back later, and then Yahweh Shai carried on with the ministry, So these devils know. They know who we are. That's why they want to exterminate us, but they can't. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. Video.
Mm-hmm.
When 32 states passed laws resulting in the forced sterilization of some 64,000 Americans, including immigrants, people of color, the mentally ill, as well as weak-minded women of childbearing age. When Adolf Hitler came to power, he professed that the survival of the Aryan race depended on an unpolluted gene pool, leading to the mass extermination of ethnic groups deemed unfit for Germanic procreation. Hitler's final solution led to the Holocaust of World War II,
Pause that.
when Nazi Germany exterminated.
Well, pass it a little bit. Pass it a little bit. Just go. No, tap the first screen. No, tap the tap. Yes, I don't want that to be played. Because Esau try to flag my video because that false information right there. But yeah, you can play it now. It should be passing now. Just didn't want that to be played.
The advent of gene editing techniques such as CRISPR, many critics believe that social Darwinism may someday be on the rise again. When and if
It's gonna be
parents are
someday
willing to
on the
edit
rise
genetic
again.
traits of their yet unborn children, making social Darwinism an ongoing moral and ethical debate over Darwin's original definition of the term survival of the fittest.
You see, it shall be on the rise again. It's on the rise now.
Right.
Okay, that's what's going on now.
So that's part of their agenda.
Mm-hmm. Now I want to read this right here. The eugenics and scientific racism. The big picture. It says eugenics is the scientifically inaccurate theory that humans can be improved through selective breeding of population. Eugenicists believe in a prejudiced and incorrect understanding of Mendelian genetics that claim abstract human qualities, intelligence, and social behavior were inherited in a simple fashion. Similarity. They believe complex diseases and disorders were solely the outcome of genetics inheritance. The implementation of eugenics practice has caused widespread harm, particularly to populations that are being marginalized. Who's the ones that's being put into a box? Israel. The reason why you niggas can't get out the hood is because you got defects. Now, Baba Kishar, bro. Go to Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6. I watched this video earlier, and I'm gonna show you how dope Israel is. I'm gonna show you, brothers, how dope Israel is. And what they saying is bull crap. Read it out.
Yep. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord Yahweh thy power, Bahashem Yahushai, had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So the Lord chose Israel to be a people to himself above all people on the face of the earth. Right. And then from there go to Jeremiah. All right, because the scriptures say that what? The portion of Israel is not like them. All right, that Israel is extremely talented.
Right. And that word holy is that goes into a separation, man.
Yep.
Because we're like the brother is saying, we better,
You can do 51 and 19.
Yep. Jeremiah 51 and verse 19. And it reads, a portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. It's like, and Israel is a rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Right. Now let's watch this video.
He said the former of all things.
Let's check this out. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna try to turn it up a little bit. Hold on. Pause this right here. Let me see if it'll play. I don't know why my sound ain't. Shoot. Slack here. I can give me a second. Give me a second. Let me do this. Check this out. Big trip. Now all of a sudden don't want to even work. Yeah, bear with me for 1 second, brothers. Bear with me for 1 second. Technology. It's all good. Okay, should work now. Man, what's going on, man? Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, here we go. Got it. Now it says she beats the U.S., European, and Chinese students. Now this was an Israelite girl. All right, let's check this out.
4. Correct. Multiply 1/3 by.
They not like us.
Correct. What is or are the prime factors? Correct. The cost of price of a gas cylinder is 8,000.
24,000.
Correct. What is the sum?
38.
Correct. What is the sum of the prime numbers between 1 and 5?
10.
Correct. Convert 70% to
7/10.
correct. Express 0.00.
2.4 times 10 by minus 5.
Correct. Convert 4.
0.8.
Correct. Approximate 5 to 5.
530.
Correct. Simplify terms by minus 4.
0.00001.
Incorrect. What is the square root of the product of 4 and 9?
6.
Correct. How many hours are there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the same day?
6.
Correct. Simplify minus 17 plus minus 8 plus minus 10.
Minus 35.
Correct. How many prime numbers?
1.
Correct. Find the value of 60 minus 70 minus 4.
30.
Correct. Find the HCF of 8.
8.
Correct. Evaluate the square root of 6 bracket
6.
plus 2. Correct. Find the product of minus 4 and minus 6.
24.
Correct. Evaluate 25 minus minus 30.
55.
Correct.
You see that? She was answering the question before it was even answered. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even get the whole thing out. She already knew the answer. But they say our intelligence is extremely low. No, we got the highest intelligence. You know? But see, that's part of the power that Esau has, which he gave you a false narrative about yourself. He made you believe that you're worthless. He puts you in a mindset that you can't accomplish nothing in life. You know, he make you think that this is all you gonna be and that's all you ever worth. All right, that's why majority Jakes don't have that kingly mentality. They have a low vibration way of thinking because they've been so suppressed and so through, you know, and they just accept the bare minimum. We in a time, stop accepting the bare minimum. Put your mind to things. Apply yourself. Get into it. And then you never know what talent you got if you don't never try it. You know? You just sitting there playing fucking PlayStation all goddamn day. And you're gonna get a fucking skill. It don't work that way. You know? But yeah, that's an Israelite little girl right there. And you throughout the years, who made America great? Israel. You go into all different black conventions. We're not gonna name everything, but I just wanted to make a point. I see that I would say, man, that's beautiful. You know, that's a princess of Zion right there. You know, and she whooped their ass going hard. You know, a lot of things she was saying, I don't even know it.
Really?
You know, you got a point you want to make?
Nah.
Okay. So now I'm gonna read some more, right? It says, the implementation of eugenics practice has caused widespread harm, particularly to populations that are being marginalized. Eugenics is not a fringe movement starting in the late 1800s. Leaders and intellectuals worldwide perpetuate eugenic beliefs and policies based on common racist and xenophobic attitudes. Many of these beliefs and policies still exist in the United States. These are here still, but what Esau did was he put it at the back, you know. But now he's getting ready to pull it to the forefront. Okay, it said the genomics communities continue to work to scientifically debunk eugenic myths and combat modern day manifestation of eugenics and scientific racism, particularly as they affect people of color. Woo! People with disabilities and LGBTQ individuals. See how he lumped us into them categories?
Yep.
You know? Come on now. Esau's a slick fucking serpent. You know, Esau's slick, man. But now it's all being brought to the forefront because they're getting ready to have you trust in the science, and they're getting ready to put the bell curve. They're getting ready to put eugenics and scientific racism into the computer, so that way the computer can govern you and categorize you like that. I believe Elder Wamba showed a picture that AI believes itself to be a Edomite. AI drew what it would look like if it had a human form. and it drew itself to be a Edomite. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you brothers could look more into this, man. You know, let's go real fast to let's go to real fast because we're gonna get some of this history. Genesis 27 and start at verse 35. All right, because when you go into this chapter, right, it's dealing with the blessing. Okay, now according to how the Most High had set things up through the Holy Spirit, it was already set that Israel was going to receive the promise of the kingdom. Okay, because you got people that will say, well, why would the Most High do that? Or that's not right. It is right because it's a whatever the Most High wants, that's how it's going to be. Paul understood that in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter. These children not even being born as of yet did no wrong. So the Most High had already set it up that what? The elder shall serve the younger. That's in Genesis, the 25th chapter. All right. So Esau was really created to what? Serve us. But this nigga did so much wickedness and so much evil on the earth that he just got to be destroyed. He just got to go. You know, because there's no taming his wickedness.
Genesis 27 and verse 35.
Mhm.
And it reads, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing.
Mhm.
Verse 36. And he said,
I'm sorry, start at 34 and then read down.
Genesis 27 and verse 34.
Mhm.
And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry,
Mhm.
and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. Verse 35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and had taken away thy blessing. Verse 36.
That go into us.
Came with subtlety.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 36. And he said, is not the righty name Jacob, for he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Verse 37. And Esau and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
Right. And remember, Esau was bitter over this.
Yeah.
All right, because he's not going to receive of what the inheritance was meant from the very foundation of the earth for us, Israel. Okay, you know. So as we're now in the time of what, the time where Esau has he's living through his blessing now. He wants to artificially uh manifest his kingdom through the technology,
Right.
and then to try to further our enslavement, you know. All right, and then the enslavement that he's trying to put us under is through AI and these different classes, as if we just gonna be at the bottom, nothing, you know.
Yep.
That's why we cried to the Lord and asked the Lord to come get us, because you jakes that think that you're gonna get justice and you know Esau's gonna change. No, he ain't gonna never change. He gonna always be wicked. He gonna always think about how to persecute you. He gonna always think about how to, you know, rule over you. All right, in the most bitterest way, because he bitter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The only one that's going to redeem us, basically what the brother's saying, we can't redeem ourselves. Yeah, how about Shemal Shai have to redeem us? Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. I get I had a
Keep reading on that. No, keep reading on that, bro. Keep reading.
Genesis 27 and verse 37. And Isaac answered and said to him, it's like, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him,
Mhm.
Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
Which he has now. Go ahead.
and of and of and of the dew of heaven from above.
Yep, keep going.
Verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live.
Yep, and by thy sword shall thou live. So this technology is getting ready to be a weaponized against you. You know, it's gonna be another weapon that's gonna be aimed at you tribes. Technology. All right. And majority of you gonna trust in Egypt, you're gonna trust in Pharaoh, and that's gonna lead to your destruction. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Genesis 27 in verse 40.
Mhm.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
Mhm.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion,
Mhm.
that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Stop at verse 41.
Verse 41, and Esau, in Genesis 27, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing
Mhm.
wherewith his father blessed him.
Mhm.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right. Yep. And now that goes into that perpetual hatred that Esau has towards the children of Israel.
Right.
All right. Uh, go from there to Ezekiel 35 and 5. But read that in the blue letter and get the word perpetual. Salakia. All right. Because that perpetual hatred is all throughout the generations. So you're thinking that Trump is going to help you Negroes out because when his first term in office around 2016, right? He was when 2020 came in, he was giving you niggas stimuluses, you know. He was giving you extra $600 on unemployment. You think you're gonna get all that back? All right, things gonna get better for you. No, that's not. Things not gonna get better for you, you tribes out there, man. Just because Trump is in office, you know. All right, Trump is getting ready to show you that he's an Edomite. All right, he's an Edomite. Okay, all right, and they got nefarious workings being dealt as we speak. All right, they got many evils that they got planned for you, you tribes, man. And it's not going to be nothing pretty.
You can read that in Micah too. Evil upon his beds. I got you though. With Ezekiel. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Right, and we was going into the eugenics. You know, the eugenics is still happening to this day. You know, go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yeah. All right. So look up that word perpetual.
This is the word perpetual. I want to say it.
You can't do that like that. That's Hebrew. Every time you see Hebrew, don't ever try to do that, bro. Just try to sound it out. That's why you gotta try to learn some Hebrew, bro. Go to the top. All right. I walam. I walam. All right. So throughout your week, brother, start trying to practice some Hebrew, bro. You know, go into the blue letter, go into the words, look up there's pictures online. I'll send you a picture, bro. And you write, I suggest you write down the Hebrew 5 times each, go into the characters, so that way you can identify and closely sound it out, brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This is for the word perpetual. Perpetual. It says long duration, iniquity, fertility. I can't pronounce it. But fertility. I just can't pronounce it.
Where you at?
This one.
Oh,
futurity. Forever, ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah, futurity.
Futurity.
Yeah, forever. Look, see. So even in the future.
Yeah.
That's why Esau do some shit to Jake like, you gonna get 3 life sentences. So like, damn, I gotta die here, and then if you was to continuously keep ruling, I gotta be born back here and then be put right back into prison. That's some shit Esau do because he got that perpetual hatred towards Jake. God damn, turn that shit off, man. Damn.
Dumbass woman.
Saying bright ass fucking lights. Shit. Go ahead, bro.
It says ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient, world, ancient time, long time, of past.
Yep, that's pretty much the point. Oh, there's more on that? It's pretty much the point. It's saying the same thing. Yeah, eternity, pretty much. Now, because
like you said, continuous existence.
because we're gonna go back into that chapter, but I want to grab something out of here too. This is from the dark side of Darwinism. I'm gonna try to skim through this as much as possible. All right, because it's a lot. It says Charles Darwin, 19th century English naturalist, is known as one of the most brilliant minds in history. He was a curious intellect and a brave adventurer, well liked by those who knew him personally and greatly reverenced in the scientific community. His 1859 and 1871 book on the origin of species and the descent of men enlightened the world with a transformative understanding of life that became the foundation of modern biological thoughts. But there's a dark side of Darwinism, a side that perhaps calls into question his prized intellect and cherished legacy. Darwin's writings was racist and discriminatory beliefs and practices followed directly from his theories. If you're a lover of evolution or biology major like I am, you may be tempted to reject that claim. But hear me out. Support for the idea that Darwin's theories are racist may come from where you least expect it. So it says, let me see. Is this I want to read right here? Yeah, I got to read some of this. I only heard of Darwin's dark side in passing, and I always assumed that Darwin's critics were driven by ignorance or ulterior motives. But as I scrolled by debates online about Darwin's theories, I noticed something peculiar. Darwin's defenders most often cited his abolitionist identity, notes from his diaries, or quotes from people who knew Darwin. His accusers, on the other hand, often cited texts from the Descents of Men, conclusion drawn from the authorial approach to the question, in which defenders focused on proving that Darwin himself was not a racist. Stark's contradiction conclusions drawn from the approach of consulting Darwin's text itself. I'm familiar with Darwin's theories, but I had never actually read his book. I suspect the same is true of most of you. However, I found that determining whether or not Darwin's theories are racist, the text of his books is revealing and conclusive. Information outside the text of the Descent of Men can help us understand the man behind the pen, but it does nothing to soften the brutal racism and white supremacy found in the text of his theories. You see? So white supremacy is getting ready to be put back at the forefront, and they're gonna let you know that you niggas are inferior. You Latinos are inferior, all right, through white supremacy. So you better expect that coming soon. That's why they're rounding up Northern Kingdom. That's why they're getting ready to start getting you black movements. Ain't gonna be no Al Sharpton, Jesse. Ain't gonna be no more black movements. Ain't gonna be no more so-called black funding. Ain't gonna be none of that shit no more. That shit is over and done with. When Donald Trump said we gonna be better than everybody else, he mean that we gonna put America back as the pinnacle of the world. You know, and only Edomites are gonna be of the upper echelon, all right, and those that they choose to conspire with, which will be the upper heads that have their royal sea line to be tied in with them, to work alongside together as a one world global thing. You know, man, this man is crazy.
Yeah, Obadiah tells you, I believe Obadiah 1, verse 2 tells you, you guys are greatly despised, man.
Yep.
You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, man. You greatly despised in the eyesight of Esau, man.
Mm-hmm. Right now, reading on, it says, although best known for On the Origin of Species, Darwin does not address human evolution and race until his 1871 book. The Descent of Men, in which Darwin applies his theories of natural selection to humans and in truth introduces the ideal of sexual selection. Here is white supremacy is revealed. Over the course of the book, Darwin describes Australians, Mongolians, Africans, Indians, South Americans, Polynesians, and even Eskimos as savages. We're lumped in that as well. We're to the eyesight of these Edomites, we're nothing more than just savages. So a savage is like a brute person.
Yeah.
You're a beast. You don't really have no critical thinking. You don't understand things. Your IQ level just too below me. You know? All right. So that's what Esau's pushing right now. Okay. Well, he's bringing it back to the forefront. I'm just saying. You know?
Yeah.
So it says, it became clear that he considered every population that is not white and European to be savages. The word savage is disdainful, and Darwin constantly elevates white Europeans above the savages. Darwin explains that the highest race and the lowest savages differ in moral disposition and in intellect. The idea that white people are more intelligent and moral persists throughout. At one point, Darwin says that savages have low morality, insufficient power for reasoning, and weak power of self-command. Darwin's specific consideration of intellectual capacities is especially alarming. He began with animals, right? But what did Job say? I will not even have you to be amongst the children or the flocks of my dog, because you are children. Let's read that real fast. Let's go to Job 30. You're the children of fools, you know? You fucking Edomites, man. Okay? All right. And that's why you're getting ready to go back into that caveman estate. That's why they don't like when we call them Edomites, because Esau is associated with what? Mount Seir, you know, the Caucasus Mountains, you know, the word Caucasian comes from Caucasus. You're the Neanderthals. You're the ones that was eating out of your foreparents' skulls, you know, talking like this, you know. All right. The Most High had his son Yahweh Shai push you into the caves, you know,
Or your clothes till this
disintegrate off your body. Yeah. All right. But they want to have commercials. It's so easy. A caveman could do it. That's pride, you know.
You notice it's always Edom.
Right. Look how the caveman came up, and he's the caveman. He's all ugly, because the epitome of these Edomites, when you look at them, they're really ugly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
When you go back to the higher families,
Oh yeah.
they're ugly.
People say they age like milk.
Yeah, they're ugly as hell. And then the Edomites that are at the bottom, they don't even like y'all. Like I said, Australians.
Yeah.
Those is other Edomites.
Yeah, I got that.
You know what I'm saying? So you other Edomites are being pushed down to the bottom as well as savages.
Yeah.
Your trailer park trash.
That's that. Yep. Yep. They saying.
Esau, man. You know? But yeah. Go ahead, brother.
But that's why that's what scriptures saying form themselves as an angel, man. No, like he's the good guy, man. You the wicked, you wicked as hell.
Yeah, but you know, just go ahead. I
kind of no. Job, you were choosing the fools, right?
Yeah, but start at the
top. This is Job 30 in verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I will have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Right. You Edomites are nasty by nature. You're the real freaks of the earth. You know, bestiality is what you're into. That's why you put laws to allow people to marry animals.
Yeah.
All right. That goes on in your society. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Job 30 and verse 22. Job 30 and verse 2. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. Verse 3. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Verse 4. who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yep, that's what you eat. Mice for eating. Yep, go ahead.
Verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
Yeah, we chased you. We chased you away. All right, but that was part of prophecy. You had to go into those caves. Yahushua had the chains with him. He had the keys with him. He bounded you for 1,000 years. Then you came back and started deceiving the world. All right, and then you're now you're just on this technology global domination tip now. All right, thinking that you're getting ready to win. You're not getting ready to win. You're getting ready to lose. All right, the Lord's getting ready to break all this shit up real soon. Go ahead, bro.
Job 30 in verse um 6. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
Yep. It's like we just said. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Among the bushes, they berate under the needles.
Yeah. Thought you was talking. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. They were gathered together. Verse 8. They were children of fools.
Children of fools. All right. That's why you getting ready to go back down to that lower state. That's why the Most High got you in a sense of pride right now. He got you lofty, right? Because the more proud you are, the more satisfying it is to knock you off your high horse, to knock you down low, all right? It's gonna be a devastating blow when the world sees Babylon falls. All right. And we're gonna be rejoicing. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Go ahead, bro.
Job 30 and verse 8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were valor than the earth.
Yep. And that's end of that.
Yeah.
You can leave it right there. All right. Leave it right there. That's just the point. All right. So going back right here. So it says, Darwin specified specifics considered ration of intellectual capacities is especially alarming. He begins with animals, right? Which is, we've read that you're the children of fools, base men, right? No one supposed that one of the lower animals reflects whence he comes or whether he goes, what is death or what is life, and so forth. His remarks soon, it's like I'm gonna turn this heat off. His remarks soon expand to humans. How little can the hard-working wife of a degraded Australian savage who use hardly any abstract words and cannot count above 4 exert herself consciousness or reflect on the nature of her own existence. Darwin writes that Australians are incapable of complex thoughts and insinuates that they are akin to lower animals. His perspective on non-European races is incredibly prejudiced and absurd. Modern evolutionary scholars and teachers tend to ignore or omit that a component of Darwin's theory, but it hasn't gone completely unnoticed. For example, Rutledge Dennis examined Darwin's role in scientific racism for the Journal of Negro Education and found that in Darwin's world view, talent and virtue were features to be identified solely with Europeans. So they're the ones that think that they're the highest people on the earth, that they're the greatest, okay? That everybody's just a savage, all right? And they're going to use the technology to put you back in a animalistic view, and that's aimed at majority really us, all right, our people, man. That's why you just better get yourself right, man. You better turn back to your how about Shema Shai before it's too late. Okay, all right. Like we was clowning at camp, you should never trusted in the science. Yeah, that pseudoscience is gonna get you deleted out here. But let me read. It's a little bit more. I'm gonna end it right there, because I don't really, we went for almost an hour 10. So, you got a couple more precepts?
Nah, it's not.
Okay, we'll go back to that Ezekiel 35 we left off at. It says, for example, I'm sorry, I read that part. It says talent and virtues were featured to be identified solely with Europeans. White supremacy is clearly embedded in the descent of man, regardless of Darwin's brilliance or the accuracy of the rest of his theory. So, you brothers could look into, scientific, racism. All right, you could look into the what is it called? The bell curve, Darwinism. All right. So this whole DEI, okay, they're pretty much doing away with it. All right, but they're getting ready to use this the science, okay, to further prove or make you feel as if you're inferior, man. You know, I and you know what they're saying that merit needs to come back to America, meaning that you have to qualify for these jobs, but the game is rigged though.
Exactly.
The game is already rigged, so you Jakes don't qualify. All right, and they're gonna show you that through the science, and they're gonna just say, well, it's the you know, AI is not evil.
Yeah.
You know, it's the science that are speaking on these things. But who created the AI? Who created the science that they're spewing out? They did. You know, so they have what the upper hand. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't work well in your favor, man. That's why you keep trusting this place. Woe unto you that what trust in Babylon.
Right.
You know, it's going to be your confusion. You know. You got it, Aki?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Yep.
You can start back where we left off at.
Okay, hatred.
Yeah, that perpetual hatred. Yep.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because thou hast had, calm down. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shaddai power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
Sitteth thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Right. So where's the new Mount Seir?
The new Mount Seir is it'll be
Go ahead.
I'll say America.
That's right.
I'll say America.
That's right. This is the new Mount Seir.
Spit it out.
The Lord says it's gonna make it most desolate.
Yep.
That's how you know.
Yep.
All right. So the end of this place is what the deliverance of Israel. All right, which is the elect. Okay. All right. Which Yahushua is gonna come and beam us up out of here, man.
Yeah.
You know. That's why you brothers keep looking up, man, for our salvation. Draw it. It's like your nigh, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
Right. Ezekiel 35 verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Well, we're going.
Verse 8. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Keep going.
Verse 9. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return.
Yeah, so just as you have a perpetual hatred for us, the Lord's getting ready to destroy your whole empire real soon. You know? And America's gonna be a perpetual desolation for throughout all generations.
Right.
You know, forever. All right. So you digging a hole for Jake to fall into it, you're gonna get 2/3 of our people. They gonna fall into the hole. But the same way you got them falling into the hole, to the trap, you gonna fall into a trap too. You know what I'm saying? All right. And that's why the Lord got what these other nations ramping up, getting themselves together and geared up for what the last final world's war.
Yep.
You know, all right. The third world's war. Okay, which those missiles will fly, man. You know, because hey, if the Lord don't have this take place and happen, no flesh is going to be saved, man. The way he wants to govern you through this technology. All right. None of us will be safe out here. You see what I'm saying? All right. So the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Lord opened our mind to these prophecies, man. Okay. We're not stuck on this man's beast system.
Right.
And what he's spewing out is madness. When he say things, we scrutinize it. We look all through it. Hold on, what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Hold on, you know, like Gad said, he talks with a forked tongue. You better look in between you better look in between what the hell this man talking about. Cause I guarantee if you dive into it, you're gonna find out it ain't nothing good for you, Jakes.
Right. Read between the lines.
Better read in between them lines, man. and do your diligence. You know, stop looking at things on the surface level. You know, hey, because they're at work, man. Just as the left hand is at work, we got to be at work on the right hand side. You know, is there more on that, brother? What verse you at? 11?
No, 10.
10? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
read
10.
to 12. Go to
Yep.
12. Matter of fact, go to 12. Baba Kushar.
Read down to 12.
Yeah, read down to 12. Yeah,
Okay.
read down to 12.
Okay, Ezekiel 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord Yahweh was there. Verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah thy power, I will even do according to thy anger and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. I will make myself known among them when I had judged thee.
Woo, see?
That's right, bro.
See, the Lord,
Man.
he gonna make it known who's the real superior ones. Right. You know? Yep. As he judging you. And then guess what? He gonna do it at the hands of his people, what? Israel. Yeah. You know? All right. He gonna show you, because you think that through Darwinism, evolution, you have now transcended to gods because you have technology. The Lord getting ready to show you who the true gods on the earth are. And that's the Israelites. And he gonna change us to have them God-like capabilities. Right. You know, you about to find out what real power is, my man. And you ain't gonna be able to do nothing to stop it.
Right. Yep. Ezekiel 35 in verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies,
Yep.
which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel.
Yep.
Saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume.
Matter of fact, keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yep. Verse 13. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
Yep, the Lord heard it. Yep, keep going.
Verse 14. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah thy power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate.
Yep. That's pretty much the point. That's pretty much the point. The Lord gonna make himself known amongst Israel. All right. And this place getting ready to be destroyed real soon. All right. So, you know, we kind of went longer than expected, but it's a lot of information, you know, going into all them different terms and things like that. So we do hope that, you know, it was edifying, all right, to those that, you know, tuned in and watch, you know what I'm saying? And Lord, when we brought some understanding out of it, you know, so we're gonna close out by giving all praise to our powers. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakadash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, and Brakatah Yahushai. Hey, so with that, we want to say Shalom Akim. Y'all bro, stay up.
Sir.